Hey Glider fam, today's video is basic care for your sugar glider. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and also leave a comment if you plan on getting sugar gliders in the future or if you already own some. If you would like to stay more connected to me, my social medias are linked down below and also right here. Let's glide right into the video. Before you plan on getting a sugar glider, I would recommend that you do as much research as possible. Sugar glider care is not only hard, but it is changing every single day. So you want to make sure that you are finding the correct care and correct health for your glider. Sugar gliders are also marsupials. They were imported from Indonesia and New Guinea 25 years ago. They first imported about 20 gliders and then they imported a few hundred more. A sugar glider's cage should be as large as possible. Because sugar gliders love to climb and glide, it is important that they have enough room to do so. I have some recommended cages down below. I have two from Exotic Nutrition, that is the Congo cage and the Brisbane cage, and also the Double Critter Nation, which has been recommended by so many people. The minimum cage requirement for a pair of sugar gliders would be a 24-inch by 24-inch by 36-inch cage, but that is the minimum. The larger, the better. And you always want to make sure that bar spacing on your cage is never more than a half of an inch because they can squeeze through bar spacing. Or you could do as I did and build your own cage, and I built mine for around $200. When all these cages go for about $150, $200, and they are like standard size cages, I spent $200 and built a 5-foot by 5-foot by 2-foot cage. You want to avoid direct sunlight to your sugar gliders. Because they are nocturnal, bright lights tend to hurt their eyes, so it's best to either have a cage cover on your cage or keep them in a darker area. You just want to make sure that they are comfortable at all times. The room that you keep your sugar gliders in should be kept around 70 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. But humidity level should be about 40% in the winter. Sugar gliders tend to do fine when it's in captivity, and so it is okay for sugar gliders to just be stable in your house. Unless it gets too cold, then you should use a space heater. Sugar gliders love toys, and you should provide them with as much as possible, but without overcrowding it. Overcrowding causes stress in sugar gliders, so you want it to be at like a happy medium point to where they can still play and not be too stressed. Toys that sugar gliders like include bird toys, chew toys, balls, bells, fleece toys, safe wheels. Safe wheels is a big subject. I put a link down below of safe wheels that you can get for sugar gliders, because if they have the axle bar in the middle, it is not safe for sugar gliders because their tails can get caught in it, and multiple sugar gliders like running in the wheel at once, so it's really not safe to get one from like Petco, PetSmart, any of your pet stores. You would have to order it online. They go from anywhere to $30 to $50, but they are worth it and they are worth the investment. When it comes to diets, standardized pellet diets are not good for sugar gliders. When you feed pellets to sugar gliders, it'll cause them to get stained, cracked fur. You need to have a staple diet. In general, 75% of a sugar glider's diet should consist of a variety of fruits and vegetables, and the other 25% is only aimed towards protein. There's many sugar glider diets to choose from, such as OHPW, GOHPW, Wambero diet, TPG, which is the one that I use, that's the pet glider, BML, SGS2, which I know Awesome Sugar Glider Mommy actually uses. If you'd like to see how I make my TPG for my gliders, then I will link it down below and you guys could go check that one. Fruits and vegetables that gliders are allowed to have include like apples, apricots, avocado, pitted cherries, mangoes, and I will put up a picture right here of the safe fruits and vegetables that sugar gliders can eat if you want to take a screenshot of that. Also, when it comes to sugar gliders, they do need protein such as like lean meats, they like turkey, chicken, yogurt, cottage cheese, peanut butter. And also, I am in a sugar glider Facebook group, and they do feed their sugar gliders boiled chicken feet, and I have yet to try that, but I feel like my boys will seriously love it. So these animals are allowed to have a variety of treats as well. I feed mine yogurt drops, dried mango papaya, dried fruits. I feed them mealworms. I have not tried crickets, but you can feed them cricket. You should also make sure that your sugar glider has clean water daily. I have 3 spots set up in my cage for water because I have 4 gliders and it's a huge cage, so I make sure to clean out each of those bowls every single night, along with cleaning their plate and getting them new food every night. So they do need fresh food and water nightly. You need to make sure that your sugar gliders are drinking water because they can get dehydrated really easily. And please never, ever, ever feed your sugar gliders chocolate, sugar substitutes, candy, anything like that. Please don't. It will be toxic to them. Sugar gliders live a very long time. They live 10 to 15 years if taken care of correctly in captivity. Most people believe that these pocket pets do not need vet checkups, and that is not true. Sugar gliders should have yearly checkups, or at minimum, if any of these things happen. Calcium deficiency. Symptoms include paralysis or trouble moving, and the cause of this is when your sugar glider does not have a calcium-rich diet. The only way that you could really prevent this or help it, you can get calcium supplements. Constipation and diarrhea in sugar gliders is also a big thing. Constipation is you're not feeding enough roughage to your sugar gliders. And diarrhea is when they could be stressed or they have eaten an abundance of citrus foods. And if you do not take a sugar glider to the vet when they have diarrhea, they can become fatally ill. Clearly, this one is pretty self-explanatory, but injuries such as like the nail gets torn off, or he has a broken bone, or open wounds, anything like that, you take your sugar glider into the vet immediately. Sugar gliders have no allergies connected to them as well, so allergies are not an issue. Just like cats or dogs, they can get fleas, lice, mites, but it doesn't happen very often. Another thing to health is their stress levels. Sugar gliders can get stressed out really easily, and it can include poor diet, dirty or small cage, overcrowded cage, overhandling, boredom, and loneliness. The bonding process can take anywhere between 1 week to 1 year, depending on your sugar glider. When you first bring them home, try to stick a piece of fleece that you have had on your body inside their pouch so that way they get your scent. You're going to want to leave them alone for the first few days for them to acclimate into your house, kind of keep them in a quarantine cage. If you have other gliders, don't automatically go in and introduce them. And then after a few days go by, you can put your sugar glider into a bonding pouch and try feeding it treats by hand. And if he or she does not take those treats, then you could go ahead and just drop them into the pouch. They'll start getting used to you. They'll eventually start taking the treats from your hand. And the biggest tip I could give you guys is to have patience while bonding. Bonding is the biggest part that takes the most amount of time. And once your glider is fully bonded, you'll notice a change in them. They'll kind of just let you do whatever you want with them. Sugar gliders are colony animals. They should be kept in pairs or more. So if you are looking to get a sugar glider, make sure you're looking at getting a pair of sugar gliders and not just one. Because if you get one, they will become depressed. They will start hurting themselves and pulling out their hair. And you do not want that. You want to make sure that you have 2 or more sugar gliders. It doesn't matter if you spend up to 10 hours a day with a sugar glider. It will not compare to the type of interaction that they will have with another sugar glider. Every sugar glider has their own personality. It is best to keep 2 neutered males together, 2 females, or a neutered male and a female together. If the males are not neutered, it can cause them to breed. You will just want them to be neutered to take the stress off of you, because when a mother glider gets pregnant, you have to add more protein into their diet and you have to make sure everything's safe, and then sometimes they cannibalize their babies. Sugar gliders need to get their nails trimmed often. I trim my sugar gliders' nails monthly, but they do make inserts for inside of wheels that is sandpaper, and it kind of just sands their claws down. Just be careful when you trim their nails. I'll do a video on that. If you would like that, comment down below that you would like to see a nail trimming video. Trimmings happen about once a month, but you do have to be careful because they do have a quick. And if you do snip off their quick, they will start to bleed, but that is okay. Just have some cornstarch on hand and dip their paw into the cornstarch and it'll stop the bleeding. You should never, ever have your sugar glider near any other animals. Sugar gliders tend to get along with sugar gliders. They might react differently to different animals, but all I know is that cat saliva is highly toxic to sugar gliders and it can kill them. You cannot potty train your sugar gliders. They tend to just go where they want when they want. So it's best to just find out their cues when they have to go to the bathroom, so that way you could put them down on a piece of fleece instead of them peeing on you. They do have a smell. It's a musky smell, but when you have an intact male, it smells a lot worse. That's another reason why you should get a sugar glider neutered. Then the smell will dissipate, kind of. You should be performing a spot clean on your cage daily, and you should be doing a monthly deep clean. But don't clean too deep because then they might overmark all of their items in the cage and it'll just go right back to being smelly. You should never, ever bathe your sugar gliders. Sugar gliders cannot swim, and getting them wet can also cause them to get sick. They clean themselves pretty well. They have their 2 grooming nails on the back and they do really, really good cleaning themselves. They're probably as clean as a cat. Lastly, make sure that you have an exotic vet near you that takes sugar gliders, because anything can happen at any moment and you want to make sure that you are prepared for anything to happen. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in Friday's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you own any sugar gliders, if you plan on owning any sugar gliders, and if you would like to see the nail trimming video. See you guys later. Bye!